Hello everybody and welcome back to Be Joy in the Kitchen. I'm Be Joy and this is my kitchen. Well, still hot as can be here in Phoenix, Arizona, although I think the high is going to be 96 today, but enough about the weather. It's time for a really nice refreshing gazpacho. So what I want to make today and show you all how to do is watermelon gazpacho that I picked up from Mark Bittman on the New York Times website. So anyway, it's a nice refresher. And you know, we're getting to the end of watermelon season, so I didn't want to miss out. Tomato in it. Didn't want to miss out on those sweet tomato business from our local growers. So let's get started. What we're going to do today first is you're going to get yourself a 3-pound around 3 pounds, it doesn't need to be exact, seedless watermelon, organic. And what I did is while I was waiting for you, I got started on cutting it apart. So what I did was I took the top off, I took the bottom off, and then I lay it up like this, sitting straight up, because when you're cutting a watermelon, obviously it's round, you don't want to have any margin of error for slicing your hand instead of the watermelon. And then all I do is go like this and cut around. You know, you might lose some as you're doing it, but you want to cut off the rind. And because this is all going into, and here comes my puppy dog, Mitzi, who absolutely adores watermelon. So she'll be asking for some any minute now. All right, then I'll take it and I'm going to cut it in half. You can see it's seedless, completely seedless, which is good for this particular dish. And then I'm going to cut it in fairly large chunks because I've got a Vitamix and it will blend it up quite nicely. And keeping my fingers out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and just put it right here in my blender, just like that. And I'm going to do the whole watermelon. It calls for all of it. And like I say, I've got it in pretty big chunks because I know that for those of you who have a Vitamix, you know you could put cement in it and it would grind it up. Let's get that half and then we'll go for the other half, saving a little bit out of it for Mitzi, because God knows, otherwise she'll be crying. I was doing something last week in the kitchen and I was cutting cauliflower and she was going absolutely nuts. Like she loves cauliflower. It's good. It's better than, you know, loving truffles, I suppose. I mean chocolate truffles. Yes, Mitzi. I have some for you too, and here's your piece, and I gotta put it in her bowl. Excuse me 1 second. There you go, there's your piece of watermelon. All righty, very good, very good. The next thing we're going to put in, again, because I've got the powerful blender, is 1 clove of garlic. And I know I like to show you guys this from time to time. My favorite garlic skinner. See that? It's a very heavy-duty plastic, or silicone, and I'm going to put the garlic in the middle like that and just squash, squash, squash. Comes out, and it should undress fairly easily. I have to take a little bit of time with that. Alrighty, so this is going to go in my blender. Boom, just like that. Then I've got 2 tomatoes. What I have here is I got 1 really nice ripe heirloom tomato, and then I had all these tomatoes left over somehow. These really small, tiny cherry tomatoes. So I'm going to go ahead and use those as well. I'm going to do this a little bit in here before I add the rest of them because it's getting kind of full. And we also need 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, fresh lemon juice. Always best to go fresh. This is my other favorite tool. Like this here. See this guy? Kind of fun. You just pop the lemon down here, right? And then you go this thing on there and go squeeze. And I know a lemon is about 2 tablespoons. You get about a tablespoon out of each half. That's just a rule of thumb. And again, when you're talking about making gazpacho, it's not super precise like baking. Okay, I think that's all we need for the moment. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to ask you to get your earmuffs out because we're going to make some noise with the Vitamix, although I do now have this thing here that's like kind of restricts the noise. You know, like they have at the baristas have at the coffee shop. We have one in our house. See this whole thing like that. All right, so go ahead and cover your ears. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and, oh, it smells really good from right here, I gotta say. I'm gonna go ahead and, oh, I can even smell the garlic. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm gonna add the rest of the tomatoes and then give it another quick blender dance. Blender dance coming up so that it's all, you know, there we go. It's like so quick. All righty, cover your ears. Okie smoky. Here we go. It looks like it's ready for a few ice cubes, just a few. I'm going to drop them in through the top here. Oh, I'm maybe about a half a dozen or so. Make it nice and cold. One more time. Dance while you cook. Who can argue with that? Okay, let's take this off of here. Pour it in our glass. Because that's how I'm going to serve it. I'm going to serve it kind of like, it's going to be before we have dinner tonight, but I'm going to make it as a, as we say in Yiddish, it's a Vorspeise, a little bit before dinner. I'm going to put it in a glass to serve. I can smell it from here. It's really nice. And then I'm going to go ahead and garnish it with some fresh basil off my tower garden. Here we go. Here's my fresh basil from my tower garden. I'm just going to take 2 leaves and kind of boom, boom. And then I'm going to also take some of my favorite olive oil, the Graza olive oil that I get in Phoenix at Neighbor Market on First Street and Roosevelt. And then I'm going to go ahead and drizzle a little bit of that. Ooh, beautiful. This smells good. And especially with the basil on top. Yeah. L'chaim. Oh, wow. What can I tell you? Well, thanks for joining me today. Don't forget to be joy in your own kitchen. You know, you can dance around, put your blender on. You could put some music in the background if you like. And go out there and don't forget to enjoy the yum. And don't forget to like me on Facebook and YouTube and show me love. I'd appreciate it. Alrighty, l'chaim, until next time.